Where's the presentation? Hello.
Hello.
Hi, everyone. Here we are again with another webinar, and today is going to be a special one, I guess. We are here today with Spilios. Spilios is our distributor from Green Effect in Greece, and today with me as well is Elona, like always. Like we've been hosting like all these webinars together, and we would like to thank you for taking your time and attending this webinar. And I hope in the end you're gonna get some information, some more information regarding our structures, right? So majority of you who are in here probably you don't know that or you never used some ballast structures before. Probably some of you have already done a few installations. Spilios here is here with us today, and he already is our distributor, and he knows how to use our structures same as us. I guess Spilios has the same information that we have, and he knows how good and how easy it is to install the structures, right? So without losing more time, Spilios, if you can say a few words from yourself.
Hello, everybody.
Hi.
Thank you for joining this webinar. Either you watch it right now or you will watch it later in long run, another time, online, whatever, because we will share it anyhow. We've been using for a year and a half Ballast, and is it okay?
Yeah, it's okay.
And what we found out is you will see that savings, time, safety is all covered by these guys, and it's highly recommended by us. We're going to go through the different solutions, and we're going to show you some installations of ours and some different innovative ways that we installed them.
All right, perfect. We've got the. I don't know if we can hear. I think there was some noise on the background for all the attendees. If you guys have any issue with the connection, or probably you cannot hear us well, please just write in the chat on your right. You can is the icon there where you can write it. And Spilios as well, you can even also check, because some of the participants might write in Greek. Yeah, they're writing in Greek, and me and Elona, unfortunately, we do not know how to respond that. So Spilios, you can check it as well if to the option of questions in there, yeah, or the chat, you can check that somebody wrote in Greek. So we just want, before we start with all the presentation, to be the sound to be okay, and you guys could hear us. So please just write it down and yeah, let us know.
If everything is okay, we can proceed with the webinar.
All right. Okay. All right. Okay, good. I guess we're fine, right? I don't think we have any other questions from you guys, or there is only one that is from Spilios. You cannot see that, right?
No, I cannot see the question. Is it or I will answer in a second, and later if I'll see answer it later.
It's in Greek, so we can't answer that.
It's all right. We'll reply later. So please, if you guys can write in English or yes or no, it will be even easier even for us, right? So you guys can hear us, just write yes. If there is in our sound, just please say no, so we can try to fix it before we start with the presentation. All right. Meanwhile, we could just start, right?
We can proceed. So.
Yeah. I'm sure.
Now, so I guess everybody's almost here, so we can start.
Perfect.
Before we start with the presentation, with everything, with why people choose some Ballast, I'd like to ask a question to all the attendees here today. Did you know some Ballast before or not?
Yeah, we'll just pop up a question in your screen now. You can just click yes or no, and we'll see the results. How many of you know some Ballast, and how many of you is the first time that you guys seeing us or hearing about us? Yeah. So
we will launch this now. It's taking our screen now, so just yes or no. So it's changing, yeah?
Yeah. That's a good thing. We have even new. Yeah.
new complex one.
So far, we are on 50-50, right?
Okay, so I think a good introduction would be.
Yeah, so I'll share the results with you guys. You saw that we have 50% yes and 50% no. So that means it's a good sign. We have even new guys, new clients, new installers, or new companies. We don't know what you guys do in your company, which we're going to ask again, right?
Okay.
That will be our second question, which we would like to share with you as well. And this is the second question.
What does your company deal with? So installation, design, engineering, distribution, EPC, or other?
All right. So
let's write this.
So we have a, all right, so I guess like 80% voted so far is raising, yeah. Okay, so I'd like to share with you the results. So we have 55% that they do installation, 27% engineering and design, and 18% other companies.
If you write down in chat, what do you do?
Yeah.
But it's not specified there.
Great. So now it's time to start with the presentation that we have done for you guys. For those of you who haven't probably seen a webinar from Ballast before, me and Alona, we've done several with a lot of distributors from all around Europe that we have. And the same we'll do with Mr. Spidas here, which is a short presentation of our company. What do we do? What is our mission? Our vision, and then Mr. Spidas will say a few words as well regarding his company, and then we'll talk regarding our distribution part, right? So how it's been affected all these years. Let's talk a bit about even the situation that was a couple of years ago, the COVID situation that affected a lot of people, and how green energy now is like evolving in the market in the whole world, right? So we would like to share this information with you, and I hope you guys can learn something regarding our structures, and you will see that how fast and easy it is to use them, right? So this is the main page. Discover the secrets of some ballast correct realization with our PV system, right? With some ballast products.
To the presentation, what we're going to see is when was some ballast born. So practically, it was created. It's a system that is created by two installers.
Correct.
So they used to do installations themselves, and they faced a lot of problems during the installation, and come up with this solution, knowing the advantages that the system should have.
Correct.
So one of them, the most important one, I guess, is that you don't need to do the roof. The roof won't be touched, and you just have to position the structure on the roof, and it's done.
So there is no need for you to penetrate in the roof at all, right? The easiest possible, just implement the ballast directly with the roof surface.
Just so that, so, for example, here, as you see, it's just the ballast and it's positioned on the roof, like in this case. So you just have to position the ballast, no need to penetrate the roof. And the second thing is that it has even as a structure and even as it's showing
function. Always. That's the idea of our structure, right? You don't need compare to the traditional structure where you used to have a ballast and then to have rails and stuff to do a triangle. With us is just a support that plays a double role, even as support for the model, even as ballast, right? So it plays the double role, and all you need to do is just add a few accessories, which we're going to show it to you guys. Even in this video, Ilona, you can, or we're going to go to the standard system, which is our.
So, just three pieces of the installation. So you just need the seat under the ballast to take the roof from the ballast. You need to position the ballast, and you take the module with the. Very easy. So that's why we are convinced when we say that it's a very easy to install system.
Correct. So with that, we're gonna see all our system that we have, like that video that we showed you guys. So as Ilona mentioned, right? So we've been in market for more than 10 years now, and we are operating all around Europe. Soon, we just actually launched our new headquarters in USA, in Florida, and soon we are planning to expand as well outside of Europe to go into Asia, Africa as well. So talking regarding today's situation with Greece, right? In fact, Greece, when I started, I'll just like to share this with you. When I started with the company, and Spilius can approve me for that. When I was speaking to Greek clients, mainly of those, they would ask me like more for solar installation on the ground, like the or farm solars and all this. So I was not really into that part, and I was thinking like our ballast cannot be implemented on the ground to do a solar farm installation, to a big one, right? So the idea of creating a ballast was for the flat roof. That's why we always like we marketing, right? We do marketing for that, like some ballast, the ideal structures for flat roof, right? But that doesn't mean you cannot use the ballast in the ground.
Yes, it has been converted to flat surfaces, not
Correct.
just flat roof. So anytime, anywhere that is flat, some ballast structures can be used.
Correct.
No issues on that. So
We go back.
as mentioned, we are leader in Italy already, and we are very present with distributors in all Europe.
Yes, correct.
So even Green Effect is our distributor there. So we will leave the word to Spilios to say something. How did he find some balance and his experience with us? You know.
Yes, Spilios.
So we're located near Athens, in city of Megara. I'll talk about a little bit about us. We're installers, like most of the attendees, and we know the pain that installers have, either rooftop or ground-mounted occasions. So why we are distributors here is mainly to reduce the transport costs and make everybody lives easier. So we have a minimum stock from different type of ballasts, just to help the distributors in case they want to use, and they will see that that it is something that they will be beneficial for them to order from you. It's the same ordering from us, of course, and the delivery will be faster. So we're managing everything that has to do helping them to design, helping them to decide for cases that are difficult in a rooftop, especially this is a difficult area, shadings and things like that, and we can give them help them to choose the right ballast and the right mounting solution for their PV installation. And we will see through different individually for each of them.
Yeah, correct. That's good. Thank you, Spilios. Thank you very much. All right, so now we can do the other topic that will be some ballast solutions, right? And then we can see which solution Spilios has been using the most in his area in there. We'll show it to you one, and we'll do a short introduction and a short description of the structure, right?
Yeah, before we start on that, I'd like to ask a question.
All right.
To the candidates. So, what is the problem that they face usually during the design or installation of a system?
Yeah.
So, in order to know how to direct the
they might be common problems, right? So some of them we just like gather together, and we're gonna show it to you guys. If there is any other obstacle, any other issue that you guys had during the phase of installation, you can write it on the chat. During the
we will answer.
yeah.
So, it's obstacles on the roof, small spaces, limited spaces, bad orientation of the building, high wind press, and load limits on the roof.
Yep.
Some of them. So if there are others that we didn't mention, feel free to write them on chat and we will answer you.
All right.
Okay.
is weird because for a country like Greece, like we had this option of high wind presence, right? So so far nobody is like mentioning, and we've seen that a lot of installation that they've been done in Greece, they are like in areas which they are very affected by wind. And you Spiros, you can confirm me that some areas they are very heavy, right, with winds. So yeah,
Yes,
now
yeah. We have to wait to see what guys will vote, I guess.
correct.
But all these are is that for Greece are issues. We have flat roofs. We don't have tile roofs. Our spaces are small. Most of the houses are, let's say, are one houses next to another in a very condensed area. There's no space, exactly. The orientation of the buildings is not correct. Of course, here in Greece, there is a lack of right prediction in the municipalities where the people build the houses. So there's no exactly southwest. It's really rare to find a house or a rooftop that is directly on the south. Okay, looking on the south. Yeah. Wind in the majority of Greece is an issue. Okay, especially islands, especially in coastline. And that's where you guys and us go in to identify where are the areas that need attention with extra ballasts, and their engineers, specified engineers, and there's also a program that we're going to that help us in the high wind presence to calculate the ballasts for the roof.
Correct. So these were the results that we had from the answers from the attendees. So 50% is like small spaces, which is something very good actually with the material that Spiros has in his warehouse. I know that he has already one of our systems which is used for the small spaces, right? So
you know the problems that they face mostly. We can direct the presentation of the solution as well in that sense.
Correct. So I think we're good to go.
To our solutions, and we can see all of them by advantages and the problems that they need to.
Correct. So SunBallast is divided like with 4 systems, right? We have like 4 main systems that we produce like in several warehouses, in several production sites in Italy, right? And this system, they are our standard system, our sales system,
current system,
and East-West system.
I start with the problem of small spaces,
correct,
being the biggest issue in Greece. So let's go to sales system.
So that was like 50% of the attendees chose the small space, and that is one of the issues that you might find in residential projects, right? So in the small houses, when they have like an area like a garage or like a really tiny area there next to the house. So for that we have a solution, which is our sales system.
Yes, sure.
And we will see why that system is chosen by our customers, right?
This allows that in my experience in Ballast, so I've seen not just a small space, but there are cases when even the parapet is too high.
Correct.
So the surrounding wall in the roof is too high that you have to avoid even shading.
This system solves that issue as well.
So both problems are solved by this system. That's why when Spiros choose this system, being the problem that they face mostly. So we have 2 solutions for this system.
Right. 2 inclinations. So
5 degree and 11 degree. So 5 degree goes up to 6 rows and 11 degree goes up to 3 rows.
Correct.
As you can see, even in the screen, we have below even 2 videos of installation that show how is the installation done with the system.
Pretty much it's very simple, right? So when we mentioned at the beginning that it's only a few steps that you have to do to install this. So if you like, you guys could watch. I mean, of course, these videos you can find it in our website. You can find them through our social channels as well. you could see it after the webinar. We don't want to take your time to show the videos again, but pretty much it's simple. So we'll talk a bit more about the advantages of this system. So as you see, as Ilona mentioned, they come available with 2 inclination, 11 degrees and 5 degrees, right? What are the advantages of this system? Space optimization, right? Which is something that the clients ask for more, right?
And say, I have this small system, but I want a lot of production.
Perfect.
How can you do in this case? You have to use the system because it's the only way that you can put the modules without leaving space in between.
Correct. And as you mentioned, with small space, you put more power on it. So maximum power and minimum space. As we discussed as well, we said that this system is very quick to install, very easy to install it, right? Just a few steps to finish your installation. High wind resistance, of course, they are ballasted, they are concrete, so they have their own weight. And here, I have to mention that not all the ballasts have the same weight, right? According to the inclination that you guys choose, and that inclination has a different weight. We start from 16 kilograms, which is our light ballast, and we go up to 70 kilograms, which is our heaviest ballast, right?
Yeah.
So those that come in 40 types of ballast, different shapes, different systems, and you can choose according to your inclination, the one you want to use, right? And of course, they are high wind resistance, you mentioned, and the kilowatt cost drastically reduced. Of course, that will make a big impact for the client. Everyone will check regarding the economical side, right? So whenever you order, you want to install 20 kilowatt, and you have that with the sales system with less ballast, why not?
Yeah.
Of course, and the flexibility. Flexibility, I think, is one of the good features of it as well, because when you see it as a picture in here, you might say that, okay, how about if I have some obstacles, or how about if I have something that it's how do you say, it stops us to do the installation till the end. So it's easy with this system. You can add or remove panels according to the layout of the roof.
Yes, true. You are not constrained to use all of them.
Right.
So you can start even from the 3rd row and go to
Correct.
the 6th one, or for 11 degrees, you can just do 2 rows. It depends on the space on the roof of the holes that you want to.
Yeah, you can select each of any of these ballasts that you see in here, from the lowest one to the highest one. And Alona mentioned that is something that avoids even the high parapets, right?
If you have a roof where the parapet is very high, you can use only the last row.
Correct. Which are the highest ballasts that we have in here, on 5.6 and 11.3. But you could go even on the 5th row of the 5 degrees, which avoid the shading of the high parapet. So it's a good solution to choose. And it doesn't finish here, because with 5 degrees, you can do vertical pose as well, right? For all those standard panels that they are less than 2 by 1 meters, you could do the installation in 2 ways: in horizontal, even in vertical, with 5 degrees. With 11 degrees, you could do it only on a horizontal pose.
Yeah, and I wanted to share something for all those that come for the first time in our website, that for each system, you can find even the technical data sheet.
Correct.
For example, here, I want to find 5 degree sales here. So here, on the page of the system, or the ballast itself, you can find the technical data sheet here.
Just download it, one click.
Download it, one click.
All right.
We will open here.
Yep.
So, yeah, and we can see all the dimensions, the
Right.
width, everything. So how it can be installed in horizontal, vertical.
Yeah.
It's everything present there.
Even the distance, if you want to use like distance from the model to model, of course, even that you can do it. It will show you the distance that is required from model to model in order to avoid the shading problem, right? So this system is good to use even as a whole one, as name sale, and you can use it as a standard one, single rows by as well.
I guess.
Yeah, that's regarding Spirios. One question for you: how did you find it when you did the first time an installation with the sales system?
When we first installed, I think it was like a year and a half before, 2, I don't remember. Initially, you open the boxes and you're like, okay, what are we going to find here? Like, what's the story? but believe me, it's way easier than you even imagine. So all the importance lies on the design, on the initial calculation, and the installation is just, especially for small projects, let's say 5 kilowatt peak projects to 10, the installation is really easy. It's really easy. It's basic mathematical calculations that take no problem in its maximum. In a few hours, then you can finish the installation in a couple of hours. Like, it's no problem.
Correct, correct. I mean, this is one of the questions that comes always from somebody who is new, right? Who never installed some ballast before, and he's like, okay, I'm going to install this. It's going to be difficult, even though he might be an engineer, he might be a good installer. In the first time, its first impact, it's like, okay, probably will have some difficulties of doing. But when they see it, when they have it in front of them, and they try to use it, okay, this is piece of cake. I can do that very easy, right? So I guess that was your feeling as well when you saw it for the first time with the sales system, I'm saying, but with all our structures.
Yes, exactly. The more you interact with the system, then you start to innovate as well.
Yeah.
The solutions come back to your mind. So during the feasibility study, maybe the first, the second, the third, initially anybody will find it difficult. But after a few installations, they will realize whenever you see a flat roof, you will easily realize what's needed to be done there, what different ballast can be used.
Correct, correct. All right, Ilona, I think we should start to the second solution that we have. As we said that there was even a bad arrangement of the building, bad orientation of the building. For that, we have a solution as well.
So the solution by our clients is our east-west system
Correct.
to make the production during all the day.
Very common system. I mean, you can use it with a lot of different structures as well. We've seen it with our ballast east-west system or east-west orientation. It's simple. All you need to do is to have two ballasts, right? So all two ballasts fit in back to each other, right? So with that, let's Ilona open now. We would see the installers doing a quick and a small installation with east-west, right?
So it's practically our standard system, but the ballasts are back to back, so
correct
each other. So it's very, very easy. You just have, as you see in the picture, they just position the sheet under the ballast.
Yeah.
And the history there, Errol, can you explain that?
Yes. So there is an alignment tool which in Italy we call it DIMA. The alignment tool which will allow you to measure the distance according to the panel you have. Right? If you have a panel 190, then you can like arrange the measuring tool at 190 like this. You can align all the ballasts in the same way. Like this, you'll gain time, right? So it will make it easier for you to do installation. So as you see, there are two ballasts back to back to each other. And there are some junction plates actually they are added in here in order to increase the resistance of the system. As you can see that the installer they already did it. It's a junction plate which we provide. We have it in stock. Speedus as well has it in his stock. I'm 100% sure because I was the one to send it to him. You can use this. It's not required always, depending on the inclination that you have, right? If you're using a 10 degree, for example, you don't need to use the junction plate at all because it's already 60 kilograms of ballast, so it's heavy. So we see that the installers almost they finished, right? They're doing 4 panels, right? So you can see that it will require 6 ballast, right, to install 4 panels on east-west orientation, right?
And they just use the clamps, central and terminal clamps to do the fixing of the panel. Correct.
Even those we can provide it to you, or if you have your own clamps, or you're a producer of clamps, or you can find it somewhere else. As long as they are compatible with our ballast, you could use them, right?
Sure.
It's something to be mentioned that the ballast itself has already threads inside, right? So it's already prefabricated. So how do you say that? Prefabricated, right? Sorry about that. That was something. Huh? All right. The ballast has has the threads inside. So it's an M8 bushing, which we do have it. And whenever we do, when we produce, the ballast comes with it, right? So all we need to do is just use, Elona will try probably to find something or a picture where you can see it clearly. It's fine. In our technical data, you could find everything.
Just only 8 mm Allen
Correct.
screw.
The M8, correct. So it's 8 millimeters, right? Insert inside. So you don't need to drill, right? You don't need to do anything. You could use only you can use only the hand drill or anything to clamp it, right?
So
Yes, exactly.
I guess here we can see better here.
Yeah. The thread is already inside.
Yeah. So you just have to fix the clamp.
Correct.
So it's pre-prepared.
Yeah.
So it's even 2 fixing points there, and it's in the back one.
Correct. Correct.
So, for example,
correct.
accessory like cabling that we will explain later.
Additional accessory to reinforce the system. You have already a thread on the back of the ballast as well. Not all the ballasts have it actually. Some of them they do have it, and it's used to reinforce the system. Before we used to use additional bars, right? The bars that was the reinforcement system. Now we have a new accessory which we're gonna share that with you guys. So before jumping to the other system, I would like to recap once again the advantages of east-west orientation, east-west system that we have. Space optimization, of course, you don't need a lot of space because all the models will be next to each other, will be attached. It's not required to leave a lot of space between it. It's just a few millimeters, like the distance from panel to panel, right? High wind resistance, I might say that it's very, and this system is proven actually that it's very, very high wind resistant according to the test that we have done.
The need of accessory.
Correct. Without adding any additional accessory, any additional weight to the system. As you can see from the shape itself, that it goes, the east-west orientation does not need or does not require a reinforcement, right? Of course, this system as well brings, you can add a lot of models, more power generated. The kilowatt costs, of course, they are drastically reduced. Very quick to install, as we saw on the video that we showed before. And of course, the flexibility within this system as well is good. You can remove panels according to the roof you have.
Yeah, and you see that all our systems are very flexible.
They have that
panels. You can add them wherever you want without any problem.
Correct. So guys, if you have any question, please do not hesitate to write it on chat. If you don't understand something that probably we are mentioning, please feel free to write anything. We are happy to answer to your questions. So please.
I don't know if we mentioned before that the webinar is being recorded. So anyone who probably has to leave or couldn't attend, webinar will send the recording to all of them. So anytime we have time, they can see.
All right, perfect. Then we're gonna jump to the other system that we have, right? So the other system that some ballast uses is the standard one. I would like to start with the standard and leave the connect system in the end, right? Yeah.
Okay, so what's the standard system most used? It's for obstacles on the roof.
Okay.
So it's a very flexible system because we know that in the roof there are usually a lot of obstacles like volcanoes and so on, and you have to avoid them.
Yes,
so
correct.
The system to use in this case is our standard system, and we can say it's available from 0 to 35 degrees.
Correct.
And it's very high wind resistant as all our systems. It's very quick to install. It's flexible. I already mentioned that, and it has the ability to circumvent all the obstacles on the coverage.
Correct. So as Ilona mentioned, from 0 to 35 degrees, it has several types of inclination, right? And all those inclination are possible to use your standard panels in horizontal and in vertical poles, right? So with the time now, we have seen that we are producing companies or the manufacturers, they are producing the bigger and bigger panels, right? Like the dimension of the panels are getting way too big, and some of them they could not be compatible with our structure. We've seen it like in the beginning of last year. That was the boom that the large panel entered, and a lot of our clients, they used to share with us the technical data of the model, and then when we would see the dimension, we'd see that without structure, you could not do it right on a vertical pole, because they would ask for a vertical pole and we could not. So we came up with another solution from standard system, which is our 10-degree, right? 10-degree ballast.
This one.
Yeah, the 10-degree ballast will allow you the vertical installation of 2-meter models. But that doesn't mean that your model can be 2 meters, right? It could be 2.2, 2.3, right? Could go
More
up
than
to
1.9.
Correct. More than 1.9 above, we could use the 10L, which we call it 10L because L stands for large, right, on vertical posts. And then in horizontal posts, we could use all our standard ballast, right? This type of ballast is already they are done researches is already tested, and our architect, our engineers in the company, they have already checked with all the manufacturers of the panels if the ballast can be compatible with this type of model. What I'm saying is because some panels they have some different fixing points, the clamping points, right? So you could clamp them, some of them only from the short side, some of them they have two clamping points from each side of the short side of the model, right? So depending on the typology of the panel, you could find out how to install, right, with our ballast. And we've done that research, we've done the check with a lot of manufacturers, panel manufacturers, and they say that this ballast is very compatible for it.
And this year we have our team of research and development.
Correct.
Has come up with a solution even for horizontal laying of the panels.
Correct.
Because the trend is always larger, larger, larger. So we had to come up with a solution even for the horizontal laying of the panels.
Correct.
So we have presented it this year, and it's called No Flex. It consists on adding a central ballast, right?
Correct. This is our latest accessory. Actually, we just launched, and for the large panel, this is one of the best solution, right? So we've seen, we'll just do a quick brief regarding it because we will see that with the time, all the panels, the big panels, they start bending right in the center, right? If you use only two sides of the panel, which like we showed you before, one on each side of the panel. If it's a large one in horizontal poles, with the time the panel will be bent, right? And that will bring a lot of issues, a lot of problem with installation. The client will start complaining, why is that? And we cannot guarantee that when you use it for large panels. So with No Flex, this is possible because this accessory allows to add a central ballast in the middle of the panel, right? So which is good. It's only two junction plates that they are used, and they come. I don't know if I can show it. Yeah, this is a video, small video demonstration.
This is the connect.
This is for the connect system.
For standard system. So as you see in the video, it's just added a central ballast. These are the plates for the connect system. You can add plates.
Correct.
And it's very, very easy to install.
The same way goes even for the standard system. Just the junction plate is an I shape. I think in that video there will show up your standard one.
So here is the standard system, the central ballast, and the I shape No Flex.
Correct. So it's just two junction plate, very easy. And you can just like install them with the terminal clamps that we provide you. And like this, you will of course increase the resistance of the panel, right? So these are the advantages that No Flex give to us, right? They meet the support parameters required for the panel manufacturers, avoid using additional weight. So if before you use an additional weight to reinforce the system, you already have a central one in the middle, right? So you don't need to use anymore. The system will be resistant enough. Avoid the central bending of the panel. Of course, increase the resistance to wind and slow load. So both of them, right? In grid, I think that we have a lot of heavy snow loads. No. I don't see that, but heavy wind loads, of course, we do have. So this accessory could be useful. And improves the structural strength of the panel, right?
Having 15 points make it more.
So before we had 4, now we're going to have 2 extra more, and it will be with 6 fixing points, right?
So this is our solution for large modules.
And Spilios, you already have this, right? If I'm not mistaken, I know that we've been sharing with you as well the no-clip success rate.
We have made a couple of installations with long panels, and one of them was just before coming out your solution. So there are cases, complex cases, that this solution really solves. But also there's hybrid solutions between your products, between some Ballast products, and that we can use. And I'll show you pictures later with different things that we made, just to clarify that it might really, first time you see it, it might be seem complex, but with our help, anybody can really install fast. That's the main point. With our help, you will find a solution for your installation, for your customer's installation. Correct. Plain and simple. And we will show you.
Perfect.
We'll go through that.
All right, so I guess we are going to the last system, which we have, which is our Connect system, which we saw in the video before when we used the NoFlex with it. So Connect system, why our customer they choose that, Ilona?
Because it's very resistant. So to explain it, it's composed of 3 parts: the frontal, the central, and the terminal part of the ballast, and it comes as a system.
Correct.
So if we said before that cell system can be used even separately, this one no, it has to be all 7. So it's very, very wind resistant, because we say we have an expression that says when you're united, you are more.
Of course.
So that's the system itself. So as you can see, the installation is very, very easy. Parts are lighter. As you see, they are smaller. So even the roof on the building is much less.
One feature that this system as well has is the loads in the roof, right? So you're always worried whenever you get some loss or you get a concrete structure because of the weight on the roof. Oh, can it hold it? Can it not? I need to check with my engineer or not. So with this system, the maximum loads they go 15 to 25 kg per square meter. So including the model, right? So that means like Ballast plus model plus accessories as well will go 15 to 25 according to the inclination that you guys choose, and of course according to the area where you're doing the installation. If it's a very windy area, it might require that we might add some additional accessories, right? So additional weight to make the system more resistant, and that will increase the load on the roof. But in our technical report, which we're going to speak after this one, we're going to explain to you how, whenever you get a project with us, what you're going to receive, right? So we see the installators here that they are doing the installation. It's available from 5 degrees to 30 degrees, right? So we have 5 degrees, we have 10, 15, 20, and 30 degrees. These are the inclinations available with a Connect system.
Horizontal lane.
Horizontal lane.
We have only 10 degrees.
Only 10 degrees.
Correct.
Yeah. And we've done also a mix between 2 systems. Actually, I don't know if you know this or probably you've seen it. We've done a mix of our system. It's called Connect Sales system, right? So there are 2 types. It will allow you to connect 2 panels in Connect system, right? So it's very beautiful. You can check it now. Ilona will show you the technical data sheet of it.
It's fun.
As you can see, with Connect, if you have like a 3 bars in here, you'll have another one, right? To use to, yeah, correct. Another central one in order for you to connect 2 panels next to each other, right? So it's a Connect system, of course, with a serial shape, right? So you have 2 panels, and this is very nice. I mean, we've done simple installation with not a lot of people they know, because they don't go to all system is a lot, right? And I don't blame you guys, but it is very nice to use it and to avoid it. And we've done actually one the installation is 65 or 68 kilowatts. It's done within the day, right? With this type of system. So very good, very easy to install. I would suggest it, right, for different areas on the roof.
This comes only with 5 degrees.
Correct. Only 5 degrees available. We cannot do it with all inclinations as well. We already have a lot, right? So yes, this is all about our connect system. As we said, very high wind resistance is all linked, connected together. Low loads in coverage, 15 to 25 kg per square meter. Kilowatt cost drastically reduced. So since it has of course, even a low load on the roof, the ballast already is light. The transfer cost means that it's lighter. Of course, if we are selling from we were sending from Italy, but we're not that for here. We are not here for that, right? We are here because Spiros already has the material. So the transport here is already cut. So we don't need to. You get the transport because you have the material with green effect already, and comes with several times of inclination, right?
So these are all the systems that we have in our range of products.
Correct. So as we mentioned before, Spiros, if you like to, I don't know, do you like to share something with us? If you like, I could make you the present, so you could. Have you prepared the pictures or something?
Yes, of course. If you want, I can show you if you can.
Of course, we would love to see that. Here you are. Opa. Now you have the screen, so.
Yes, Opa. So this is a project with East West. This specific building has issues with weight, and we distributed the weight. You see around the sender. You'll see the picture that the sender, it's 11 degrees east-west, but the second ballast.
The second row.
Yeah, the second row. So we're a little bit higher from the floor because the floor holds a lot of water. We don't want to be next to the water. So this is an east-west solution with a higher ballast. And
amazing for the water penetration, right? So it can go through it, right?
So yes, we are. So in the sender, there's a lot of water during the rainy season. So we are going around for the weight, for safety reasons, and we don't drill also. So you don't want to drill here and get an aluminum structure or a steel structure, because all this area is full of water, everything here. So this is the best solution for this case.
Amazing.
Another simple solution is, again, we have insulation. Okay, we don't want to drill. Drilling with aluminum structure means like tens and hundreds sometimes of holes. Of course, tens is is nothing.
Yeah.
We're talking about hundreds usually. As you see here, this is the 11 degrees installation.
Yeah.
This is another 11 degrees installation. So the previous one is a simple one, just directly to the south. This one is completely directed to east, southeast.
Yeah.
If you see here, this is the pattern we did for long panels. Okay, so all the other pictures were short panels. This was long panels just before you get the no flex. And
all right.
Yeah, we couldn't.
You implemented the reinforcement on top of the ballast, right?
Yes. So I want to show these pictures, that meaning that there are multiple ways to solve an issue, and sound ballast and green effect, we're here to help you. That's very simple. There's multiple ways to solve any issue. So this is the longest. This is the long panels, and this is how it looked at the end. Actually, we avoided also in the middle here. If you see, we had something that we couldn't put a ballast.
Yeah.
Here is another. This is a very nice installation that we have east-west to avoid the parapets, to maximize the space. And now we also upgrading the system. This is 11 kilowatt peak system. We are upgrading it to 17. So all the space you see around empty will fill with panels. So with this solution, you cover everything with panels, maximum of the roof. You have inclinations east-west. So whenever the shade is on the west, the panel is directed to the east, and so you have maximized the production. This is how look at another picture. This is brilliant solution. This is also again the 11.2. You can do the same with 5 degrees ballast with the highest ballast, the 6th in the row, 5th in the row. You can make many combinations. And this is the ballast.
Really nice.
Yes. If you see here, there's double ballast, extra weight. This is you have a visibility study that you follow. So it's completely secure. The system is completely secure. No drilling, maximize the space, completely secure with wind loads. The panels are not having, even if the panels were long panels, they wouldn't suffer with the wind.
Correct.
This is a 5-degree solution. It's 5. It starts from 5.0, let's say 5K, and it goes onto the 4th. We have the 5th and the 6th row. If for somebody to install, this is a simple 5-degree solution. And here is ground mounted. So this is a 85 kilowatt peak installation, ground mounted, east-west. We didn't have a lot of space. We didn't want to install concrete. We have a church nearby of 1100 or something like that. So we have issues with visibility. So the archaeology didn't want anything, any structure. And this is the best solution. There wasn't another solution. The next solution was no photovoltaic.
A question for you, since you are here on the ground, that they are asking, like, are any cases that a preparation of the ground is needed, right? Whenever you are doing some ballast on the ground, what do you apply before placing the ballast in there? And in this case, I can see, of course, but if it's like soil or if something that you need to make sure that the ground is completely flat, right?
Yes. So these are also long panels, just to mention, with no flex. Okay, these are long panels. And completely stable system. Okay, even with snow, the no flex is very helpful in areas that you can have snow. So in this case here, we have to contact to a specialized professional that it's his job to levelize grounds. Okay, for small installations is extremely easy. 5 kilowatt peak, 10 kilowatt peak. For bigger installations, in order to get a good outcome, because as you can guess, it can be like 40, 50 meters length, okay? And the visual would be really bad if the quality of if the preparation of the ground is not good, okay? You need to contact a specialized professional. But for 5 kilowatt peak installations is really easy. It's really easy. You have to be sure that you have to clean the ground, level it. You have to put a special for the greens. I don't know how to call this in English.
For the grass, right? It's a fabric material. It's a fabric material that you implement in the ground. Yeah.
Thank you. This fabric material and fabric material, and then you have stones like these stones, the small stones, because you want to. You can't level the ground 100%. All you can do is to play a little bit with the ballast. So if you have a difference of 3-5 centimeters from one ballast to another, you can really play 2-3 centimeters and it's done. It's really easy to level and not expensive. And the difference is small, is extremely easy. Big needs more experience, and we're here to help you. That's it. That's all.
Amazing. Right, is there any other pictures you have prepared, or should we continue with another topic?
Yeah, let's move. This is the most characteristic pictures, and we can move to another topic. Yes, of course. If you want anything other, any question for this type of installations, these are the basics, the basic varieties. Let us know.
Yeah. All right, perfect. Thank you, Spilius. I mean, some of those pictures I haven't seen it as well, right? So you're trying to say I'm surprised. I didn't know. I mean, I saw a few of them, like 2 installations. I saw the picture, but not all of them.
In fact, in our website, in the page installations, you can see all the installations, all of them. Not, it's just a part of them.
Yeah.
Yes, we probably have like more than 10, maybe close to 15 installations at this point with some ballast. Yes, we have to share everything, I guess.
Correct. All right, let's go to the part where we speak regarding the technical part of Sambala, which is very interesting and very interesting topic, right? With any project that you receive from us, any type of project that we have, you get a quote and you get a technical report from our side, right? Those technical reports, they are they come different type, right? We have different solutions for it, which might go from I don't like to put a system with that. They are sorry, they are a solution. Our engineer does it, right? So it's a technical report with all the calculation, including the load, including the wind calculation, including the snow calculation as well, the bill of material, and then it could be another technical report which is plain and simple, right? Just the bill of material, a layout of it without any calculation. Usually we do that, we give with all the calculation. We want to make sure because we verify from here. In here, if you get a quote from some Ballast, or if you get a quote from Philios in there, if you have a project to do, what will be the details that we would require in order to make this
technical
correct
report.
So,
okay. So before we start explaining that, I'd like to say that our technical office has more than 15 people. It's
definition actually that they do projects like every day. They do more than hundreds, and every day like all around. Yeah,
they are engineers, consultants, architects that have a lot of experience with some ballast structures, and they always can offer you the best solution, not only technical solution, but even economic solution of
correct. Correct. We'll try to find the best system for you, even in economical solution, like you mentioned, right? It doesn't have to be that you use the most expensive ballast we have, right? We're trying to give the best solution for you, which is to be affordable, even for the system, and comparing it to other traditional systems, of course, would be more economical and would be easier, of course. 70% reducing time only for installation, it means a lot, right, comparing to other structures.
And as mentioned before, our ballast being not fixed on the roof, it is important to do the wind load calculation,
yes,
to verify that the plant is stable.
Correct.
So what we always ask in order to prepare the technical report is, you mentioned that, right?
Yes. No, the details, no, I'd like you to share those.
Okay. So we always need the address of the installation, the complete address of the installation, to the height of the building in order to do the calculation. We need if there is presence of any parapet or not.
Right.
So, and the height of it, so it can be 50 centimeters, but please send the correct one, the exact one, not by just assuming that
it has on our technical report. We need the correct details in order to have a correct report, right? So apart from that, you're gonna need like the type of panel you are using, right? Usually we ask you to share a technical data sheet of the panel where we can see the dimension of it, and like this we can see if it's compatible with our structure or no. But 99% of the cases they are compatible with our structure.
And so solar's module, we also ask even the assembly data sheet of the module, right, to track the fixing points.
Right. Now lately we haven't been asking again because we go with no flex directly, and there is no need of using that, of having that. There will be a layout. There will be asked a layout or a CAD drawing or a PDF drawing from your side in order for us to see how you are going to implement the panels in the roof. Right. A layout of it will be helpful because according to that we could categorize, and we could always say that the number of dollars that will be there and the number of the accessories that we will implement. Otherwise, will be just an approximate quote from our side. If you're saying I want to install 60 panels on the roof, then I need to know at least how you're going to install 60 panels, right? Or easily I could do like a rough estimate quote, you know, like 10 rows by 6 panels, right? And then it's 60 panels, and then I can tell you how many dollars is required. But if you have a layout, to get a more specified quote, we need those details. Of course, other details that will be required: the typology of the roof, or if it's ground, it doesn't have. You don't need. You can just mention if it's ground, or it could be gravel or concrete or soil. So all this, or grass, right?
Grass.
So these are yeah. But we need to know if it's on the roof. We need to know the typology of the roof. There are several typology types of roof covering, right? That we need to know if they are compatible with our structure. I think we're going to speak about typologies of the roof as well, right? There's another topic. So after this, we're going to mention that. And after we get all these details, we will provide you the report. What you get on your report is a technical drawing of the system, a bill of material, like the BOM, all of it, like the number of the ballast, accessories that is included. You get the technical data sheet of the ballast with all size and calculation. That means that you're going to get the dimension of the ballast, the weight, everything of it. A technical report from our technicians fine, which should be also a sign from our side that we take responsibility for wind loads in the area. That one is another report that we get it, and that one is not for free. Actually, that's something that it comes with an extra cost. It's very small extra cost, I have to say. But usually all our reports that we send are for free. Apart from that, and all those reports, they are confirmed and verified from our technicians. So you can use that without any worries, any issue. You can just like install it, and we will make sure that the system will not move according to the high winds or anything. So the system will be just okay. And of course, the part that Elona deals mainly, which is the marketing part, the phone support, which Elona can explain that better than me.
Yeah, in fact, anytime we have a lot of clients that are doing the installation, in fact, and they keep asking information, how do I do that? How do I put that? Can you send a manual of assembly and so on? We can help you with that. Stelios can help you with that as well. So
right, it's the same. I think you don't need even to call us. You can call Stelios and his colleagues in the office, which they are very helpful. I have to thank them as well. I know they are not here with you, but always whenever I speak to them, they are very, very, very polite and very nice, and they know a lot of information, which makes my job even easier. So good, thanks to them as well.
I can hear you. But helpful also is the pictures sometimes, because we could also see things, especially the first installations, things that an installer that is not experienced with the specific mounting system won't see. So pictures is very important also, just to point out.
Correct. We need to mention this other question regarding the inclination.
For the ground has a small inclination. Is there any solution with some ballast?
Yes, we are talking now, Stelios, not completely flat roofs, right? So if some roofs, they have like some small slopes, right? If we're going from 3 degrees, 5 degrees, right? The question is like, can we install some ballast structure? Being concrete, is it risky? Can it slip? We need to know that. So what we can say to you, from 0 to 5 degrees, you can install our structures without any problem, right? So until 5 degrees slope, you can install. We will always recommend you low inclination, right? You can go for a 20-degree ballast on a 5-degree slope of roof, unless you want that, right? But always we will always suggest you to use low inclination, starting with 0 degrees or 3 degrees or maximum 5 degrees. Then, these are some references that some clients, we've done several installations with 0 degrees with roofs that have slopes, right? They have this type and different types of typologies as well. So from 0 to 5, you can install our ballast without any issue. Usually, I would recommend you to go for low inclination, 0 to 5 degree inclination of the ballast. Then, if we have a roof that has a slope from 5 degrees up to 10 degrees, it's possible with our ballast, of course, with low inclination as well, but there will be a type of foam that we use in order to make the system, not to slip the system, right? So it's a foam that we can provide to you, but it's a foam that you can find it in your hardware stores as well, in your area, right? It's a very simple foam that you can glue it under the ballast and will make the system resistant, and like this you will not think about if the ballast is gonna slip. So maximum that can go from 0 to 5 to 10 to 5 without foam, from 5 to 10 with the help of the foam that we provide, right? So please make sure, yeah, this is the form that we provide you if you guys want to get it, or you can get this type of form as well everywhere, like in your area, for sure.
Anyway, we have to always check with our technical department.
Definitely. Of course, before doing that, we cannot just like say, okay, use the form and it's done. We're gonna check the typology of the roof. Some types of roof, they are not compatible with this type of form. It will not have effect at all. So today, not more than today, actually, I had an email from a guy that was he was planning to use on 7-degree slope. Wanted to use that. He knew about the form that we have, and he was like, I'm having a EPDM, you guys know, like EPDM type of roof. So I would like to install, and with this type typology of roof, we cannot install it. If it's like TPO or different type of membrane, we can install it, we can implement the glue on it. But if EPDM, unfortunately, you cannot glue the ballast. So I told him that if it was 3 degrees or 5 degrees maximum the roof, you could implement the ballast directly, would not split. If now it's 7 degrees, so even the foam cannot be applied on it. I'm sorry, but we cannot. You need to go for another solution. So he was thinking on changing the roof material, right? Because it was a building that they had to do construction again, and they had the EPDM. He said that I might change it to TPO or different type of membrane when I can use the foam.
And just to comment something, like, because in Greece is a common fear of installers, especially in cases for below 15 degrees. It's the accumulation of dust because we're near to Africa. More than other Europe, I guess. There is a solution for that. Just to be sure that, and for sure, in 5 degrees, we have tested it. And the outcome was perfect. There are different dust removers that we can provide, extremely low cost. We can provide them either with a ballast for free from our case, just for the installers to be sure that anything below 20 or 15 degrees, 10 degrees, 5 degrees, or in 5 degrees inclination roofs with 0 degrees, whatever, they won't have an issue with the accumulation of dust. That's for sure. There are solutions.
Okay, amazing. That's good to hear as well.
Personal solution.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and all this design is done usually by 2D.
Correct. Like from our technicians can do it on a CAD drawing, but I think now with time, I think we could go regarding our software, right?
Sorry.
So there is a software where you can install. Ilona, you can show that, where you can install or you can do a design by your own, right?
Here you have design tool. So you just have to click it, and you just have to register. It's for free, and you can design your own plans.
Yes, the software is called Insan, and with Insan, as you can see here, insan.cloud, right? So if you write that, you can register it for free by your email, and you can create your own password, and you can start implementing directly some ballast structures in there. They are already there. Also, all the panels, majority of the panels, they are already inserted in the software, right? I mentioned the panel. Another feature of it that you can add or remove things from the software, right? So this is a video of our technical director actually speaking regarding Insan. It's in Italian, so yeah, it's just here it's like written on English, right?
Yeah. You have a lot of videos, so you can check all of them. You can see all the information. It's even translated in English.
Correct. So just to mention something regarding Insan, is a software which is online, right? So you can use it on everywhere with your PC, with your laptop, and you need to register, and you could choose the address, right? So where you want to install it according to the coordinates of the roof that you have, or you can just create it by your own, a type of roof that you have, and you can just add the details of it and start using some ballast structure. All our information are included in there. You could do it, and then yeah, in here it is.
So it's based on Google Earth.
Yes.
So these are all 3D images, and you can find just inserting the address of the installation. You can find the build. You can create it by yourself. It is not presented in the Google Earth. So you can play with it. It's a game. So here, as you can see, you have the bill of material, and you can do all. You have the library with all our system, like standard connect system. So you can choose even the type of the roof.
Right.
If it's going to be gravel, if it's green roof.
All the details that we asked, you can use them through InSun, right? So the typology of the roof, the inclination, the height of the building, the parapet, you can add or remove obstacles like in here.
Yeah, you can.
So pretty much simple.
You can even add trees, for example, if they are creating shadows.
Yeah, trees or buildings or anything, right?
Thing.
It's a very useful software. If you want to do it fast, right? If you want to have the system fast, and you can generate it by your own, right? There, including the bill of material.
So you can do the system by yourself, and then you just have to share it with the technical department in order to do the verification.
Correct. You just click away, share is an option there, and it comes automatically to our technician, and they will verify it for you. So there will be a double check once again after you finish from our side to see if the system is okay or not, if it's required to add additional weight or to remove, depending how you've done that installation, or if you're doing it for the first time.
Yeah. And also, you have created the prototype, you have chosen the structure, you have chosen the type of the model that you are going to use. You just have to insert it in the roof. And then you can even calculate the production.
The production, yeah. According to the timing, right?
It's a very useful tool.
Here we see that we can choose the panels, we can choose the sun ballast structures, system.
Yeah, here, yeah, after Afaz has created the prototype, he's adding all the
Correct. You can just duplicate them.
Yeah.
You can just duplicate and copy, and you can insert rows, you can insert columns. It's very simple, right? According to the roof you have, right? You can use the standard system our technicians are doing now, or you could use different types of scale it was before, yeah.
You can even remove you can remove modules for if there is any obstacle on the road.
Like we said, the flexibility is one of the features of it.
It's very, very easy. So once you have done 2 to 3 projects with it, for example, is doing the bill of material. Let's see. Yeah. And there you have all the lists of the material that you need, all the components.
Correct.
Yeah. Like
the plans and the shift, which are all the expenses that you need to do a simple
DWG file of the project. It's very, very.
So this is regarding InSun. Of course, it's very useful. I have to mention that, here is going to be the technical report that you're going to receive, you're going to do after you finish the installation with InSun, right? So it's going to be all the details that you mentioned, right? It's going to be the BOS.
So all the details, the bill of materials.
Can you play? We need the layout, right? So the layout that it pops up in the technical report, with all the rules, of course, according to what you already have inserted. Then there will be a double check from our technician to verify if it's correct or not. If not, we'll let you know, tell you that the system needs to improve, needs to add some more ballast, additional weight.
They will do the arrangements and they will send to you.
Correct.
Inside it is included even the electrical part.
Correct. You could also talk about regarding the electrical part, like adding the inverters, the optimizers, all of this, they are accessible through InSun as well.
So it's a complete
a complete system from A to Z, right? So you all you need to do is just go on the roof or give it to the installer, he'll finish the job. Yeah. So this is all about InSun. The last thing that I'd like to mention is for instance is that soon will be available as well in a app that it will be on the mobile phone as well, right? So it will be accessible to your phone, to your tablet. If you're on the roof and you are with a client, you could do the installation while you're talking to him.
Yeah.
But in this case, I'm talking to Alona, I could do the whole installation through my tablet or through my mobile phone, and I could show him a simple layout like directly, right? So this is how it's going to be. So that will be available soon, and we will let you know, guys, whenever it launches.
Sure, you can see tutorials in some platforms, so you can on the day that you start to use it. So as Silvia said before, even our Ballast is difficult to install when you see it in the first time. It's the same thing with Insan, but you do it day by day and you get perfect on that.
Correct.
So it's very easy.
Yeah. If you find any difficulties using Insan, you can always contact them. There is an email of support through Insan page, or you can contact us, right? Or you can contact Spurious. We are same. So just send an email, and we will be happy to assist you guys. So there's no issue if you have any difficulties on exporting, if you have any difficulties on adding or removing items, just send an email and we will help you. We've done even several meetings with some of our distributors, with distributor, which the technician was showing him live how to use it. So that will be even easier for you.
Yeah, we can fix a meeting with them and they can see it. And in our website, we have even a chat option. So anytime they have any questions, they can and we will answer in a couple of seconds. So it's the easiest way to.
All right. I think we just go to the last part because even the people are getting bored. I guess. I hope not. Serious, I see that he's sleeping. So yeah.
We can leave the last topic for next time. What do you say?
All right. So the last topic that we will discuss is the field of application, right? So where we can install some bars, and we'll go quickly with them, right? So there are several types of roof material or typologies, right? Where we can implement some ballast inside. The first one is the sheet. As we mentioned before, different types of sheet, membrane, TPO, EPDM, several types of bitumen cover that we can install directly with some ballast, including with the help of this one, right? So this is one of the sheets that we provide. This one will be added always under the ballast, right? So this is it is 100% recyclable rubber mat that we have it where you can use it. Very strong, very resistant through sun. Yeah, it lasts very, very long. It doesn't have a warranty as the ballast. The ballast has 25 years warranty. This one, I don't know. I think you know how much is it. So but I know it's very strong, right? So it's very good and we're using it for all the sales and everywhere in Europe, right? So it's compatible with this type of roof, the sun ballast. Here we can see the installation.
Usually recommended in cases is the open system because it's lighter, as we said, and it's even for big industrial.
All right, industrial, yeah.
So you can use this system. But anyway, our systems are very flexible, so you can play with them and use in every kind of system.
Correct. The other system, the other typology of the roof that could be is flooring, right? To be with tiles, several tiles that we use. What we suggest, I mean, mainly those tiles are used for residential houses or I don't know areas. Of course, we will definitely go with a sales system. You can implement the ballast directly even in here, as even Philips had some references with it. You can just directly implement the ballast with the surface. Here we see that several types of installation with sales system. Another topology will be gravel, as we saw that as well, right? Gravel roofs usually are very common in some areas. I don't know about Greece, but in some areas they are very, very common, and they are used mainly to prevent the roof from UV lights and all this. So you could easily implement our ballast in
case of doing that. You can. It depends from the type of gravel that you're going to put on the roof. You can remove the gravel and put the ballast, and then
correct.
Then do the installation, Or you can put the ballast on the ground.
Yeah, Spiros mentioned that as well when he was doing the installation. So yeah, I think you knew that already, that you can just need to adjust the ballast according to the gravel you have, right? These are, yeah. Yeah, go on.
It's really easy actually. It's so if you find gravel, you really like it. That is because the few centimeters that you want to play with it, it's simply a game. It doesn't have much difference with a flat roof because it's already flat. Okay.
Correct. So now we'll go to the other typology of the roof, could be green roofs. Not very common in Greece, I guess, but in some areas they are very common. As for that, of course, we will always suggest the standard system.
Or the balance of the cell system.
Correct. We can see that even Spiros mentioned before that you could use the high ballast from 5 or 11 degree Celsius system in order to avoid the grass growing, right, in your technology, or to avoid the parapets. And here he used a low inclination, right? You can see it. Probably the client didn't want the parapets to be visible.
Landscape portrait,
Correct.
landscape constraints there, so they had to go with a lower inclination. That's why they used it. And the last option. Sorry?
And not drilling also, that's very important with these cases, especially.
And the last typology, of course, the ground installation, which is very, we've got a lot of questions regarding it actually, right? You can implement the ballast directly with the typology or with the ground. It could be soil, it could be concrete, it could be gravel, it could be grass. I don't know, any type of ground that you're doing. Just please make sure that the ground is already like fixed before doing the installation. We don't want to do or implement the ballast directly with the surface of the ground without fixing that before. If you, yeah, here we see some samples, right? Some of the clients, some of them they decide to cover it with gravel, some of them they put concrete on it. Some, yeah, here are some references, and some of them are with even the fabric material that Spiros mentioned before, right? So there is a fabric material that, yeah, that could be added right on the ground in order to avoid the grass growing, and you could implement the ballast straight away.
Sure.
So I guess these are all the typologies that we can implement some ballast. Of course, if you have any other type of typology that you think that some ballast cannot be used, please let us know, and we will definitely share that share our opinion, if you can do it or not. So
you just need to contact us, and we will try to find a solution.
Correct.
So even Spiros, you can call him directly, and
yeah, it's the same.
It's the same.
We'll suggest you to call Spiros, right?
Yes. So if anybody is interested for a solution, it's very simple way through us or our partners or you. We need specific type of information. If you just want a simple quote just to understand how much it costs, it's easy, of course. Yeah, you don't need to send anything. But in order to have a feasibility study, we need this information just to be sure for the wind loads, and just to have a paper, as you said before, from an engineer guaranteed for 145 kilometers that there wouldn't be any problem, and that's the best scenario.
Correct. All right, so I guess we are in the end of this webinar. Guys, here you can see all our contact details. Please feel free to contact any of us. It's the same, right? You have our email address, our mobile numbers, whatever suits better for you, right? Or whatever is the easiest way to contact us. Please feel free to share any project, any question, any doubt that you guys have. Please, Spiros and us will be happy to assist you, right? Through our mobile phone. And of course, Ilona has something to mention after we finish this webinar. Because we mentioned before that this video will be registered, right? Spiros mentioned, you mentioned, I'm going to mention as well. So for those who didn't have the chance to participate, or if you want to have this video registration You will find it as well in our webpage posted, or we can send you directly the link so you can share it with your colleagues. So there will not be any issues. Like this, you could learn a bit more about our structure.
And we are really sorry that we took you so.
Yeah, I just was good, like 1 hour and a half, like time that you guys decided to remove from your agenda and dedicate it to us. So we'd like to thank you once again. And it's not over yet.
Before we finish, we find it very common going to buildings that the owner of the installation is not also the owner of the building. And the owner of the building doesn't want any drilling on the building.
Yes.
Also, you don't want to leave the installation in the building if you change the lease. So
yeah, it's true.
This is absolutely the only solution. We find so far. 15 years in solar PV is the only solution that you can be sure that also the owner of the building and the owner of the company or the house, whatever, if it's a rental, they won't gonna have an issue. You're gonna have you're gonna ask an engineer, a civil engineer, for the weight if you want to, just to make it easier for the owner of the building. But we have solution in these cases when we almost never have solutions when another owner of a building is involved. Is different with the owner of the installation, and building is involved. There's a huge.
All right. Thank you, Spilius. This information are very valuable for all of those, right, who didn't know before about Ballast, and I would like to thank each one of you who participated. I would like to thank Spilius for taking his time, and thank you for being our distributor. And it's not over yet. We're going to have new webinars coming for us with different topics for sure. Probably next month we're going to host another webinar with Spilius and his colleagues as well, to discuss regarding different topics, or how did you find it? Probably new solutions, new things to see how it's evolving, right? So once again, thank you, and have a nice afternoon in there. It's already 4:30 in Greece, 3:30 in here with us. So have a nice afternoon to you guys, and thank you for joining.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you, everybody, for your time.
Thank you, Peter.
It was a pleasure for us.
Thank you. Bye bye. Take care, guys.
Bye.